Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. I welcome you all to this interesting session on UI technologies. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, the chat box is open. If you can hear my voice, please type yes in the chat box as a confirmation. Thank you, Komal. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Pushpendra. Thank you for your confirmations. Thank you all. Let us stop the chat. Thank you for your confirmations. Welcome to this course on UI technologies, batch number 196. This is Sunil Kapoor. Before entering into this particular session, few points to be discussed. Very important points to be discussed. Please have a look at it. So this batch is starting on today, that is 12th of September. I hope you have the course content. In case if you don't have the course content, please scan this QR code. Okay, please scan this QR code so that you will get the course content. Okay, the duration of this course is 4 weeks. That means close to 1 month. And the course fee is just 999 rupees. Okay, and this is not a free course. This is a paid course of just 999 rupees. If you want to make the payment, you can scan here and register for this particular course. Okay, perfect. Next. First 5 sessions are the free demo sessions. Participants. Today is day 1. The first 5 sessions are free demo sessions so that you can experience the quality of the training. If you feel comfortable, if you're able to understand what I'm trying to explain, then only after the after 5th session you can make the payment, and then the Zoom link will be changed, and then the Zoom link will be shared to the paid candidates only after the 5th class. So first 5 sessions you can join using the same link how you have joined today. Next point, there's no batch shifting. So please don't come to us asking for shifting of batch. There's no batch shifting. Okay. I recommend you to join the WhatsApp group. I hope you are already in the WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, please join the WhatsApp group. I'll be sharing the WhatsApp group link in the chat box now. 1 minute. There's a WhatsApp group created for this particular batch to get the updates about this particular batch. This batch number is 196. So this is the WhatsApp group link. So this is the WhatsApp group link. Participants, if you want to get the updates about this particular course, okay, about this particular batch, especially this is a WhatsApp group created for batch number 196. Please join the WhatsApp group to get the updates. Clear about this? Any support regarding the training? You can, our team will be available on this contact numbers which are available on the PPT. You can call to this any number which is available on the PPT from 9 o'clock to 7 p.m. Clear about this? Perfect. So I hope the information is very, very clear. So welcome all to this UI Technologies Day 1 introduction session. So what is our plan for today? What is our plan for today? Sorry, there is one change. This story. I'll have a quick introduction about myself. And we'll have a small interaction with the participants. If you want to have a talk with me, please raise your hand. I will ask you to unmute. I'll allow you to unmute so that you can have talk to me. We'll understand what is the course. Okay. What are the topics which are covered in this particular course? And I'll discuss about the prerequisites. Is there any prerequisites to learn this particular course? I'll have an understanding. Most of you have these questions. I'll explain about US script. I'll have an introduction about JavaScript and understanding the backend components. So this is completely an introduction session of UI technologies. So let me start with my introduction. This is Sunil Kapoor. I have total 12 years of experience in the IT industry. I have worked in Oracle applications platform before, and then afterwards I have shifted my technology to DevOps, AWS. I am also involved in developing applications using Python and Django framework. So I am completely development experience as well as cloud platform experience. I'm based out of Hyderabad. I have total more than 6 years of experience in online teaching and 10 years of experience in IT industry. So this is about a quick introduction about myself. Participants, if you want to have a talk with me, please raise your hand. In Zoom, we have an option to raise hand. I hope you can see that options. Anybody wants to have an introduction about yourself, or if you have any questions related to training, you are now allowed to raise your hand. I'll unmute so that you can have a talk. Any questions? No questions? Perfect. How are you, Bandari? Good
Yeah,
evening.
hi, good evening. Sir, I want to check, like, is there any prerequisite for this course, or you will be covering that one as well?
Okay. This UI technologies does not need any prerequisite. Anybody can join this course. Bandari. Okay. Even though you're completely
Thank
zero
you.
in IT industry, you have no programming experience or you have no idea on IT industry, but still I will make yourself comfortable. There is no prerequisite to understand or to learn this particular course.
A second question will be, at the end of this course, what we can expect, like what
Okay.
I can become like.
You know what is UI? Any
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah.
So what do you know about UI?
A user interface.
Okay. So at the end of the course,
That's
you will
all.
be okay. You have no much knowledge more than that. Okay. So at the end of the course, you will be a UI developer. So you can build web applications. You will be in a position to develop the user interface as per the business requirements or as per the project requirements. Pushpendra. And one more point, if you are aiming for full stack developer, okay. So may I know your experience, Bandar?
I'm having 12 years experience as a database administrator.
Okay, which database? Is it Oracle database?
Oracle, yeah.
Mhm. Now you're planning to change your platform?
Yeah, what?
Hmm?
Yes, that's
As
right.
we know, Oracle is becoming autonomous and everything is now managed on cloud, is it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a good decision. So you want to get into application development, Bandari?
Yeah.
Okay. So nowadays, I hope you see in the job market, many resources are aiming for full stack developers. I hope you have heard about this term called full stack developers.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the right. If you are planning to become an application developer, full stack is the right role. So this is the first step. You have to learn UI technologies. So you will be comfortable developing UI part of the interface. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Good evening, Krishna. How are you doing? I can see your hand raised and I have dropped it. Can we have a talk? You are now allowed to unmute.
Hi sir, good evening.
You're from which location? Your experience, Krishna?
I'm from Hyderabad, but I stay at Malaysia.
You stay in?
I stay at Malaysia.
Okay, perfect. Yes.
Okay.
So, any specific is your experience?
I am just student.
You're a student. Okay.
Yeah.
You're planning to get into IT industry?
No. I am already in this industry. Actually, I joined this course previously when at that time you were teaching for free live class.
Okay. Okay.
But I
Good.
missed it at the sixth day. I stopped joining the class for some
Oh,
other
you have
reason.
attended only first 5 classes.
Yeah, I have joined AWS also. The trainer was Ankit Narula.
Okay.
So now my question is, uh,
No. Have you completed AWS or the same first
yeah, I
three
have
classes?
completed
Okay.
already.
Very good. Okay.
And one more
Okay.
thing is now the recordings are forever, right?
Yes. Lifetime access. Every class is recorded, Krishna,
Okay.
and it will be uploaded to you. You
Yeah.
will have you have to log into our website and then play the recording. You cannot
Yeah.
download the recording, but you'll have lifetime access. You can play the recording. Okay,
Okay.
Krishna?
Thank you.
Perfect. So how is your experience first 5 days of UI technology?
Yeah, it was very interesting. That's why I was waiting for the right
Mhm.
batch.
Okay. This time you are planning to continue?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Okay. But the only problem is that at that time I have teach for free, but you have to pay a nominal amount of
Yeah, it's
$1,000.
okay.
Okay. Okay, Krishna. Okay. This time you please complete the course. Okay.
Yeah, sure,
Because
sure.
it is very valuable. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're aiming for the developer also, everybody is expecting. This is something which is very minimum requirement nowadays in any
Yes.
resume. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear, Krishna? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm coming to you. How are you, Rohit? Good evening.
Yeah, this is Rohit. I'm currently learning Python from you.
Yeah, I remember. How are you doing? From morning 11 o'clock back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's going
Your
good, sir.
location, Rohit?
Tirupati, sir.
Tirupati, and your experience?
Yeah, I was a mechanical background, completely new to IT industry. I started learning Python from you.
Okay. Did anybody recommend it?
Yeah, previously one of my friend recommended. He joined DevOps, I think, from you.
Okay. He recommended this institute.
Yeah. Especially he recommended you. You will teach well without any.
So what is your
problem.
feedback on morning Python batch?
Yeah, I'm understanding
You are
very
able
well,
to
sir.
understand, right?
Yeah, but I have to practice more.
Yeah, you have to practice. So what is your aim? You find your aim is to become
Yeah, as you said
Python developer?
previously, yeah, Python full stack developer. You
Correct.
have to continue from UI technology. Then you said Django framework.
Correct. So you are in step one. Step one, you are learning Python basics.
Yeah,
Step two, now you have enrolled for UI technologies. Step three,
yeah.
you have to learn Django framework. Okay.
Yeah, when that batch will start, any
Which
ideas,
one?
sir? Django.
It will take. Not only in this institute, you can join Django in any other institute to it. Okay.
Okay,
The
well,
path
after
will remain
completing Python only, then only we can
better.
understand, right?
Correct. Okay. Anyways, you have started use this parallelly. You can learn Python and UI.
Okay.
Okay, to save time. After this Python or UI gets completed, you can jump to Django framework. Okay. Then you
Yeah,
can
when,
definitely apply for a full stack.
okay, so will you start any plan like the next month or Django or it
I
will,
cannot confirm it. Okay.
okay,
Even I want to do it, but basing on the timelines. Okay.
okay,
If
sure,
not
thank
me, we have other instructors also. Okay.
Okay.
You get the updates in the box. Okay.
Okay, sure, thank you.
Okay. So we had an introduction. Any more participants who wants to have a talk? Feel free to talk. Feel free to ask some questions. Okay. As you know, not only now, yet tomorrow also you can have a discussion. First 5 sessions of the demo sessions, like how you have joined today, participants. Like how you have joined today, using the same meeting link, using the same link, you can join tomorrow for the next 3 to 4 sessions. You can join. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are done with introduction of the participants. Let's try to understand the course. Let's try to understand the course. Okay. So the course title is framed as UI technologies. Am I right? What does UI stands for? UI stands for user interface. UI stands for user interface. So this course helps in designing user interface. What do you mean by user interface? Whenever you log into Facebook, so the interface, the front end part, whatever you are able to see it. Whenever you log into internet banking, the front end part, whatever you are able to see some buttons, you are able to see some tables. So that's all about user interface. So designing user interface is very, very important for every application. The application is having a front end and back end, right? Okay, so we have one database administrator, isn't it? So backend is Oracle database, frontend can be Java or something like that. Okay, so user interface is all about designing the front end. Nowadays, application UI is very, very important. Have you seen all the latest applications are having very beautiful user interfaces? Unlike traditional older technologies, the user interface importance is keeping on growing day by day. Every application should be easy from the end user perspective, from a layman perspective. Designing a user interface is very, very important for every application development. So every developer, even though you are a Python developer, even though you are a .NET developer, every developer is expected to have this knowledge on UI. this UI course, whatever you're learning now, is not specific to Python, or it's not specific to Java. It will be helpful for Java developers. It will be helpful for .NET developers. It will be helpful for Python developers. You may be any technology developer. The UI component is common. The UI way designing is something common. UI is all about HTML. Because frontend is everything finally rendered into HTML page. Finally, everything is shown in the form of HTML page. So even though you are writing Java, you are building a Java application or Python application, .NET application, you have to have an exposure on HTML. And HTML can be more beautiful only when you apply styles on HTML components, that is by using style sheets. Okay, you can define, we can define actions on the style sheets by using script. Or you can make your user interface more powerful by using document object model. You can apply libraries to make your application user interface much more better, much more good looking by using Bootstrap. So this UI technologies, whatever you're learning, is suitable irrespective whether you're a Python developer, Java developer, or a .NET developer. Okay, 1 minute, please. One minute, please. I'm back. So the point what I want to tell you is that no matter you are aiming for a Java developer or you're aiming for Python developer, Java full stack developer, or a Python full stack developer, or an application developer on UI technologies is something which is a mandatory. So you are incomplete developer if you are poor. You may be strong in Java or you may be strong in Python, but your resume will be incomplete if you are not aware of user interface, UI development. Even though you are aiming for Python programmers, everybody in the interview right now in the current industry, they're expecting exposure towards user interface. This exposure, you should have it. Okay, perfect. So I hope you have understood the importance of user interface. User interface is very, very important in application development. It's all about building an application, how exactly application looks like. When open on mobile phone, when open on desktop, when open on laptop, when open on different sizes of the screen, how it should end up. You have to be in a position to control it. Okay, so that's the importance of user interface. As I told you, the UI technologies is gaining more importance day by day because building a user interface is very, very important. Next. As someone has asked in our group, what is the prerequisite? There is no prerequisite. Anybody can join this course. You may be a fresher, you may be from non-IT people like mechanical, or you may be from a mechanical background or non-technical person. That's not at all a problem. There is no prerequisite. Anybody can learn this user interface. Anybody can practice these examples, whatever I'm showing, and anybody can become a powerful UI developer. So there is no prerequisites to learn this course. Every example which I'm teaching you is from the basics. Okay? Okay. If you want to develop web application, if you want to develop web applications, you can develop web applications using multiple technologies. Nowadays, all the web applications are built using Java. You can also, they are built using .NET full stack or Python full stack. MERN full stack developer. Have you heard about this? I hope you have heard about mean full stack. M stands for MongoDB. That's backend part. A flavor of JavaScript, Express JavaScript, Angular JavaScript, Node.js. MERN full stack developer MongoDB, Express.js instead of AngularJS. You'll be using React, and then you will be using Node.js. So these are the technologies which are used for developing web applications. All the developers who are involved in these application development should be aware of UI technology. This is common, participants. My dear participants, UI technologies, whatever we are learning now. So what are the components? Let me explain. Let me open the course content. This is the course content link. You have this in the group also, WhatsApp group. I think you already have this course content link in the group description. This is the course content which you'll be learning as part of this 4 weeks course. If you look at the course content, having exposure to HTML, CSS components. CSS components is all about applying styles to the HTML elements to make it more powerful. Bootstrap are nothing but CSS libraries. Bootstrap are nothing but CSS libraries. Instead of building the CSS file, you can use the predefined CSS files to make your user interface much more interesting. So these are Bootstrap libraries. We'll learn how can you use this library to make your application more beautiful. Working on JavaScript, how can we use the predefined methods available in JavaScript? How can we use loops to make your application more powerful? To execute business logic in the front-end component, we use JavaScript where browser can understand. Document object model for event handling on the user interface. jQuery is a JavaScript library. So these are not specific to Java or not specific to Python. All these topics are common. That's what I want to showcase you. So don't think that this particular UI technology is used only for Python developers. No, it's wrong assumption. It's wrong conception. This UI technology is this set of tools, whatever we are learning now, is very important whether you are building an application using .NET or Java or Python or whatever other technologies. This exposure is very, very important. This exposure is very, very important. Every developer should be aware of UI technologies in the current industry. If you're aiming for jobs, even though you're strong in Python or you are strong in the Django framework, they also expect that are you comfortable with UI technology? So such an important point, important skill set is UI technology. Everybody is expected to have exposure towards UI technology. So that's the importance of this particular course. This course is easy. This course may not be the core course. The core course can be Python course or Java course, but this will be a complementary. It will be added value. It's an add-on package for every developer. So no doubt you can also search for UI developer role, but this will add value. This UI technologies, UI skills are very important to add value when you are aiming for Python full stack or a Java full stack. Clear about this? Okay. Any questions? I hope I'm clear in explaining you the importance of UI technologies. I hope I'm very clear in explaining the importance of UI technologies. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed. If you are planning to become Python full stack developer, if you are aiming for Python full stack developer jobs, What should be your roadmap? If you're aiming for Python full stack developer, what should be your roadmap? You have to have UI technology skills, whatever we are learning now, that is required. The core language Python is required. This is a core programming language. This is not a UI. This is not a programming language. These are list of skills required for developing user interface. And a programming language in combination with framework for developing web applications. All this goes together. If you're skilled in all these three components, then you are called as a Python full stack developer. Participants. Django is a framework which is used for Python programming language for building applications using Python. Like Django is a framework for building applications using Python language. Struts is also a framework for building applications using Java language. Struts is a framework for building applications using Java language. Whether you are similarly, you have .NET framework also. So no matter you are aiming for Python full stack developer, Java full stack developer, .NET full stack developer, one is something which is common, that is UI component. Okay, so that is the importance which I already have explained. As I have mentioned in the course content, participants, what are the primary topics which are covered in this UI developer course? We start with HTML. We learn how to create HTML pages, very, very important. Fundamentals are very, very important. Once you're strong in HTML, then you feel comfortable in CSS. Once you're comfortable in CSS, you feel comfortable using CSS library called Bootstrap. When you're strong in HTML, you will learn how exactly you can use JavaScript. All are interrelated components. So first we'll learn about HTML. It's all about building the front-end part of the application, and then HTML looks more beautiful only when you are comfortable creating the style sheets. We'll learn how can we create the style sheets. Creating the style sheets make the HTML pages more beautiful. So we will learn how can we use a style sheet. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheet. We'll learn how can we create the CSS files and apply the CSS files to the HTML elements to make the HTML more beautiful. Next, instead of creating CSS files, there are already predefined CSS files. That is nothing but Bootstrap. Bootstrap is nothing but CSS library. CSS library. So using CSS library, we also learn how can we use these libraries. Okay, how can I understand the library and how can we apply the CSS libraries to HTML elements? So all these three things goes together. Next. If you want to implement some logic, if you want to implement some loops, at the front-end level, at the browser level, what is the difference between scripting language and the programming language? Java is a programming language, right? It is not a scripting language. Java is a programming language. JavaScript is a scripting language. Python is a programming language, and Python can also be used as scripting language. Whatever the browser can understand is a script. Script will be executed at the browser level. Okay, so we learn about JavaScript. We'll learn how exactly you can handle the user interface by using JavaScript. Document object model to handle events on the user interface. Very, very important, very, very powerful. And the JavaScript library, there are a lot of predefined methods of predefined libraries for JavaScript. Those are called as jQuery. So these 5 skill sets are very, very essential if you're aiming for a developer role. Participants, these skill sets, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, document object library, jQuery, are essential if you're aiming for programming. Not only core programming like Java or .NET, even this UI skills, UI technologies is very, very essential for every front-end developer. Clear about the concepts, what we'll be learning, the course content. Mainly, what are the topics which will be covered in this particular course? Any questions? Perfect. Let's move on. As I have mentioned, the duration is 30 days approximately. Every session is 1 hour duration, starts like how today starts at 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, this is an update, not updated. Starts at 6 p.m. The fees is 990. Okay, the first 4 sessions, not 5, I think it's first 4 to 5 sessions are free. You will have access for this 999. You will have access to the PowerPoint slides which I'm using in the training. You'll have access to the notes and examples whichever I will execute. You'll get access to the recordings for lifetime access. The recordings will not share it in Google Drive or something like that. You will have access the recordings to our website, logiclabstech.com. You have to log into our website. And you have to, like Udemy, our website is also having access to the recordings. You have to log into our website and play the recording. And this recording will be available lifetime with you. Okay, next. WhatsApp group link. I already have posted the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. Please join the WhatsApp group dedicated for this particular batch to get the updates about our training for this particular batch. Clear about this? And how to make the payment in case if you want to make the payment. I'll show you how to make the payment. Look at this. Go to our website, logiclabstech.com. Go to upcoming batches. Do you remember what is our batch number? Keep in mind, our batch number is 192. 196. Okay, and this is for last link is for course content, and here is the buy now button. Last button in the table. Okay, so you can visit our website and then here you can buy the course. You can log in with your Gmail address. You can check out, and I hope you have created an account. If you have not created an account, log in with your Google and complete the payment. You can make the payment using Google Pay, Phone Pay. Once you log in with your Google, then you can log in with your Google account and access the recordings. Okay, so everything is paid and everything is, we have a learning management system where everything, all the notes will be uploaded in the management system where you can access the recordings. So website is a platform for communication of documents and PowerPoint slides and recordings between you and me. Clear about this? Okay. Any questions? Good morning, good evening, Malik, Sheikh Abdul Malik. How are you doing? Yes. Krishna.
Yeah, hi sir.
Yep.
Is it the full complete course of the UI technologies, or does it cover some major topics of the UI technologies course?
No, UI technologies is mainly these 4 components, these 6 components. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are covering complete UI part. Okay. Nothing is
complete
left.
course.
Right from basic, all the skill sets which are required for UI developers, we will be covering.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, the first component of UI, everybody should be strong in. The first component of UI development is HTML. As I have told you, the first component of UI development is HTML. Okay, let me show you a flavor of HTML page. Every website is nothing but a collection of pages, am I right? Okay, today I want to show you a flavor of HTML. What is a website? Participants, website is collection of collection of web pages, right? What is a website? Website is collection of web pages. For example, you have seen many websites like we have home page, we have services page. Okay, we have contact us page. Isn't it? So these are all pages. For example, we have login page. So this is how a website looks like. Website is collection of pages. In fact, every page is a HTML file. Every page is nothing but a HTML file. Okay. Now I am showing you a flavor of HTML. I'll show you a small flavor of HTML. How exactly we will build a HTML page. Okay. For example, a very simple way. How to create a HTML page. My dear participants, more in detail, this is a casual approach of showing you how a HTML page looks like. But more in detail of HTML pages, I'll show you. Okay, let me start. So let's have an understanding about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Text Markup Language. Stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a very important building block for web application. To be more simple, web application is nothing but website. To make it simple, let's not make it complex. Whether it is web application or website, HTML is very, very important. The purpose of the HTML is to define the page structure. The purpose of the HTML is to define the structure of the page. Okay. Now I'll show you how the HTML structure looks like. Participants, first example may be little bit complex, but don't worry. Once you are familiar with 3 to 4 examples, this you will feel very, very comfortable writing HTML code. Okay. Let me not go to theory. I'm opening a notepad. Participants, I'm opening a notepad. In the notepad, I'm writing my name Sunil. And I want to save this file, save as. Where I want to save it, I want to save it not in desktop, I want to save it in E drive. I want to save it in E drive. For example, I'm creating a one folder, let's say with the name in the John folder. Let me delete this. In the John folder in the E drive, but I don't want to save it in the text format. Generally, notepad files are stored in the extension .txt, but it's not txt. So I want to show you a first HTML page without any theoretical discussion. So select as all files because it's not a text file. And I'm naming it as, let me delete all the existing files. And I want to name it as something like abc.html. My dear participants, all the HTML files are saved with extension .html. I have saved my file. What is the file name? The file name is abc.html. Where did I save it? I have saved it in E drive. I have created a folder called John folder. In this John folder, .html. Very important point of observation, participants. Very important point of observation. The HTML files are saved with extension dot. What is extension .txt? Like how the notepad files are saved with extension .txt, like Microsoft Word documents are saved with extension .docx. Agree? Or like all Acrobat Reader files, we stay with PDF files, we save it as .pdf. HTML files are saved with extension .html. What's the name of the file? You can see here. I named it as abc.html. What did I write in this HTML? Have you seen? It's only one line of code. We just have opened it using Notepad. It's only one line of code. So, where did I save this particular file? I have saved this file in E drive John folder. Am I right? The file name is abc.html and this is the location where the HTML file. Did I write in a HTML code? No, it's only one word, abc.html, one word's name. Now, as it is a HTML page, your browser can understand the HTML page. Your browser can understand the HTML file. Okay, I will be opening this HTML file using the browser. You can use any browser or either Mozilla or Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, or you can use Google Chrome. So let me use Google Chrome. So in the Google Chrome, how do you open the file? In the Google Chrome, how do you open the file? Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, you can do one thing. Instead of opening the file here, you can open that particular file, select that particular file, which is available in jar folder, and right click on this file, and you have an option called open with. You have an option with open with. So I want to open the file using the browser. We have all the browsers available. I am opening with Google Chrome. Participants, did I write any HTML code in the abc.html? Did I write any HTML code? Now I have not written any HTML code. I have just used one word. Now I am opening the file using the browser. So right click, select this file, right click. There's an option called open with, and I am opening using the Google Chrome. Please observe. So did I open the file using Google Chrome? Yes, you can see here I have opened the file using the Google Chrome. Participants, can you see that? Participants, can you see whatever I have written in the file? I have not written any HTML code. I have just used one word. Is it rendering in this particular page? Yes. You're done. My dear participants, you have created your first HTML page. Now tell me, is it difficult to create a HTML page? Whatever you write it, for example, I'm writing some other text in the next line. I'm refreshing it. Are you getting it? Perfect. So participants, if you're completely new to IT industry, for the first time you have created a HTML page. You have created a web page. You know, you are able to show some contents on the web page. But this way of writing a HTML page is not a professional approach. It's not a professional approach. There is a right way of building the pages. You have to know the HTML structure. Every HTML page is having two parts. Participants, every HTML page is having two parts. One is head. Every HTML page is having two parts. One is head, the other one is body. Every HTML page is having two parts. One is head, and the other one is body. And you have to use HTML tags. You have to use HTML tags for building a HTML page. You have to use HTML tags to build the HTML page. Okay, so let's learn more. Structure of the HTML page. Every HTML page is having two parts, my dear friends, HTML head and HTML body. Head contains metadata. Head contains metadata. When you see the practicals, you will understand, like the description of the page, why are you creating the page, author of the page. If you are creating the page, you can mention your name, who has created. You can mention the date and time when the page has been created. If you want, you can use some keywords for the page to make it search engine optimized. Using the keywords, your web page will be available in the Google Chrome. If you want to make that particular HTML page more beautiful, you have to use CSS files. That CSS files information, everything you have to mention in the head part. That you have to mention in the head part. The second part is body. Whatever you write it in the body is visible to the end user. Whatever you write in the head is not visible. Whatever you write it in the body, that will be shown in the output. Look at this. The content which you want to display to the end user, like you and me. The content which you want to display to the end users, like you and me, that content you have to write it in the HTML body. So whatever you write it in the body, whatever you are writing in the body, that will be shown to the users, to the website, to the web users. Whatever you write in the head, it is for internal purpose. It is not shown to the users. But whatever you write it in the body, it will be shown to the user. Okay, so, but I have shown you a first HTML page. Participant, this is your first HTML page. And this is the file, right? abc.html. Did I create any head? No. Did I create any body? No. So this is the right, do you think it is the right structure? No, it's not the right structure. You will get the output, no doubt. But this is not the right way of creating a HTML page. This is not the right way of creating a HTML page. How then, you may have questions, Sunil, can you show me what is the right way of creating a HTML page? Yes. Now I'm showing you a right way of creating a HTML page. Because every HTML page starts with HTML tag. Every HTML page starts with HTML tag. This is how to write a HTML tag. The syntax is less than symbol and greater than symbol. And here you have to write HTML. This is the HTML tag. This is called HTML tag. Whatever you write it in the less than symbol and greater than symbol inside, this is called as a tag. This is syntax of how to use HTML tag. This is the beginning tag, and every HTML should have an ending tag. This is ending tag. This is the beginning tag. Every HTML page should have HTML tag. This is the beginning tag, and this is the ending tag. You may have questions, Sunil. How do you identify the ending tag? Slash is used for end of the tag. If you're not using slash, that is called beginning of the tag. So every HTML page should have HTML tag. So I want to create a professional HTML page, so you have to have a HTML page. Correct. If you can see, for example, I'm opening a website. For example, I'm opening a website, spicejet.com. We know this site is used for flight booking. This is a HTML page. If you learn UI technologies, we will be comfortable building this kind of user interface. How to have background images, how to do scrollings, okay? How to create text bars, how to create buttons, And this, whatever you are showing, you are seeing it's a HTML page. If you want to see the HTML code, my dear friends, right click here, and there's an option called view page source. Oh, let me open the size page. View page source. Can you see? There's an option called view page source. When you go to view page source, you can see the source code. This is the, can you see there's a HTML tag, participants? Can you see there's a HTML tag? Yes. And there should be end of HTML tag also at the last. Go to last. This is end of HTML page. The last page, for your comfort sake, I'm copying it and opening it in the notepad. The entire HTML code, which I have copied from the SpiceJet. Can you see? This is the beginning of the HTML tag. This is document type. This is something like comments. This is the HTML page beginning. And this is the HTML page ending. Correct. So every HTML page should have the beginning tag and should have the ending tag. And as I told you, HTML page is having how many parts? HTML page is having 2 parts, HTML head and HTML. Okay, so how to start head? So for that, you have to have a head tag. This is the beginning of the head tag. Like HTML have beginning tag and ending tag, it is also having beginning tag and ending tag. And its second part is body. So this is the body tag beginning and this is the body tag ending. This is how the HTML structure looks like. HTML page, beginning tag, ending tag. HTML is having 2 parts. This is head part, this is the body part. Whatever you write it in the body, that is displayed to the end user. So this is how you have to write an HTML page. Now I am opening this HTML page again using the browser. You may not feel the difference here. You may not feel the difference, but this is the right way of writing the HTML page. So my dear friends, this is just an overview. In detail explanation I'll show you. I'm opening the HTML page. Can you see now the Sunil is? This is the right approach. This is the right approach of creating a HTML page. Let me open the HTML page and show you the HTML code which I have written it. This is the HTML. Participants? Okay, clear about how to write a HTML page. I have some questions. Please respond in the chat box. Okay, if you know the answers. Every HTML file should be saved with extension with dot. What should be the extension? Please answer in the chat box. Every HTML file should be saved with extension .html. Correct. HTML page is having how many components? HTML page is having how many parts? 2 parts. What is the first part? The first part is, yes, please respond in the chat box. What is the first part? Head. And what is the second part? Body. Whatever you write it inside the body, that will be visible to the, every tag is having a beginning tag and ending tag. How to identify the ending tag? Participant? How to identify slash is used to identify the ending tag. Every HTML tag should also have an ending tag. This is the beginning of HTML. This is end of HTML. This is beginning of a head and this is end of tag. This is beginning of body and this is end of body. Whatever you write it in the body, that will be shown to the user. So I have written my name Sunil. That's the reason that is shown to the user. Okay, in the head, if I write something like good evening, do you think that is shown to the user? Let me open the page. I have saved the file. So right now it is shown. Okay, it is shown, but generally it will be not shown when you are writing the professional HTML pages. Head part, it should not be used for displaying purpose. Okay, head part is used for writing the comments and writing the description, writing the other more detail about heading tag. I'll explain you. So this is how to create a first HTML page. In detail, write a professional approach of creating a HTML page. The first example of HTML page. What are the reason case sensitive? More information about the HTML pages. We'll start practicals from tomorrow. Today I have given you a basic introduction of what is user interface. As you know, even though you are aiming for Python developer, a Java developer, .NET developer, having exposure towards HTML is something which is very, very important and minimum also nowadays. Okay. So spend some time learning more about HTML. So I have just shown you how to create a simple HTML page. If you remember, immediately after the session, open the notepad, create a file with extension .html, try to open it in the browser, spend some time learning more about interesting component called HTML. So this is what I have planned for today's session. Before closing, any questions, please raise your hand. Before closing, any questions, please raise your hand. Yes, Malik.
Sunil sir, when we will start JavaScript, sir? After how many days, I mean, sir?
After 50%.
Sorry, sir?
That means after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks, we will start JavaScript.
Correct.
Okay, sir. Okay. And
Why
sir, how
you are
many?
interested in JavaScript?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have some task and I am stuck in the function topic, so I'm not
We'll
getting.
be spending 4 days. We'll be spending 4 days on JavaScript. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you. Perfect. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Stay tuned for tomorrow, participants. Please join the tomorrow session using the same link how you have joined today. The meeting link will remain the same. Using the same link, please join tomorrow also, where tomorrow we'll learn more in detail discussion about HTML, what are the tags available in HTML. We'll start building beautiful pages using the HTML, which is the primary block of web page development. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Have a good time and see you tomorrow evening. Thank you.